Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney. I'll be solo today. I'll probably have some of the guys join me. We have guests coming in as well. I'm sure that Brent has taken the day off to go get his man bun started. If you haven't heard, the challenge for Brent is to grow a man bun, wear it for 6 months, and he'll get 25% discount on his groceries for 1 year. Now, as tempting as that is for Brent, because he loves to have a fully stocked cupboard, we'll have to wait and see. Now, you got to think about it, because Brent would be, basically growing his hair for 6 months or so, long enough to get a man bun, and then he'd have to wear that man bun for 6 months. So he'd be growing his hair out and wearing a man bun, for about a year. 6 month growth and then 6 months for the man bun. So we'll have to wait and see. That's the mystery this morning. One of them. We'll also have some good guests in, as we mentioned. Arrow Seed will be in, and we'll be talking with Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company. And let's see here. We have a birthday. Jennifer Olson Marsh is celebrating a birthday today. It's a pretty big one, but we're not going to say which one. Jennifer, alumni of Broken Bow, and happens to be the daughter of my sister as well, and Rod and Bert's oldest daughter, Jennifer, celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, Jennifer. She's probably not listening because she teaches school, and I bet she's already busy teaching school down south of Kearney, but pass it along to her if you happen to run. I know a lot of you Facebook one another, so wish her a happy birthday from Broken Bow and KCNI KBBN. If you're celebrating a birthday today, you're celebrating a birthday with Evander Holyfield. He is 59 today. He's the only boxer in history to win the Undisputed Championship in 2 weight classes, also known for having a piece of his ear famously chomped off by Mike Tyson in 1997. That match was known as the Bite Fight. Wow, that was weird. Jon Favreau is 55 today. He is an actor and director. He was in Swingers and played Monica's millionaire boyfriend, Pete, on the series Friends. He also directed the blockbuster Iron Man, the Iron Man films, actually, so very successful. And John Lithgow is 76 today. The award-winning actor starred in Third Rock from the Sun and played Barney's long-lost father in How I Met Your Mother. And there's one more birthday, I think, of Snick that we would be interested in. Country singer Jeannie C. Riley is 76 years old today. She crossed over with the pop hit and country hit Harper Valley PTA. Remember that one, I'm sure. That's some birthdays that are, notable. And, of course, if you're celebrating a birthday today, again, please have a good day and have yourself a wonderful, good birthday on this beautiful day. It's going to be right around 70 again today. And the winds will be out of the south, 10 to 20. So it'll be a little bit breezy, but still, when you're up around 70, as you get into the second half of October, it's pretty good. Let's take a look at the school lunch menus today. We didn't do that yesterday, so I'll try to make sure that I cross off yesterday's. And let's take a look at SEM today. On this 19th day of the month, today they're having baked potatoes, fully loaded, with a cinnamon roll for breakfast, by the way, and the baked potato along with fruit, vegetables, and milk at SEM today. And on the 19th day at Loop City today, and they'll be having a triangular there tonight, which we'll be covering. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Today they're having Italian cheese dunker bread or hamburgers at Loop City schools today. At the Broken Bow Middle School and High School, let me turn the page here. They had fall break, and they're back at it now. Get that page separated there. And let's see here. Today's the 19th. So today they're having beefy taco in a bag, oven roasted hot dogs, fresh baked combo subs, chef salad with roasted flatbread, vegetables, fruit, dessert, and milk. At Ansley today, it's mac and cheese. I bet you that's very popular. Good morning, Doris. And Selma Myrna Public Schools today. Let me turn the page here and get on the right day. Today, they're having home-style chicken and noodles with dinner roll, country fried steak, dinner and roll, chef salad with roasted flatbread, vegetables, fruit, and milk. All right, those are the ones that came out of Brent's folder. Here's Callaway. Today they're having Runzas today at Callaway. At Arnold today, Sloppy Joe's on a bun. At Thedford, chili and cinnamon rolls today at the Thedford schools. At Litchfield today, they are having sweet and sour chicken, fruit, vegetables, and milk. And at Sandhills today, hamburger on a bun, chips, and baked beans. Those are your school lunch menus for today. We're going to play the game here in just a little bit, so keep it right here. In the meantime, a little Bob Seger for you here on this Tuesday morning. Bob Seger, Wait For Me on KCNI KBBN Radio. Good to have you folks aboard. Thanks for listening to The Breakfast Show on this Tuesday. It's Tumbleweed Day for our trivia contest. Let's take a look. We've been talking about Winnie the Pooh, which was first published clear back in 1926, 94 years ago today on October 14th. So we've been kind of concentrating on that. Thanks to Karen Joan Knight Burney for putting these questions together for us. Well, she does it because we'd like to say, brought to you by the Broken Bow Library, because Joan was doing that when she was director, and now Megan is director, and we're still making it part of the Broken Bow Library's questions. Stop into the library real soon. They've got a lot of things going on there, including lots of things for the kids, which matches up really good with Winnie the Pooh. We have our question lined up here now, and if we have a winner, they will win themselves a tumbleweed meal, a certificate for a tumbleweed meal. If you've won recently, maybe in the last month or so, let somebody else call in. The number to call is 872-2801. What was Winnie the Pooh's favorite food? Here's your choices. Birthday cake, acorns, spinach, or honey. What was Winnie the Pooh's favorite food? Birthday cake, acorn, spinach, or honey. Call us at 872-2801.
Ask anyone in the county to name the specialty at the Tumbleweed Cafe, and you probably won't get the same answer from any two people. And here's the reason. They don't specialize on one or two dishes. They go all the way to make every item on their home-cooked menu the very best. Add to that the cheerful and relaxed atmosphere, the friendly but courteous service, and you're sure to love your experience there every time. Located on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, it's the Tumbleweed Cafe.
We have Gayleen on the line. Good morning. How you doing? Good. All right, here's your question. What was Winnie the Pooh's favorite food? Birthday cake, acorns, spinach, or honey?
Honey.
That is correct, Eileen, and it's also kind of funny because it's kind of HONEY/HUNNY. Honey. That was his favorite.
Okay.
Well, come see us. We've got a certificate here for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Yep, bye.
Bye. 7:44 is your time. We were telling you a little bit earlier about the upcoming volleyball tonight. Let me just preview that for you. We have the Triangular going to be on the air tonight on KBBN. That is being held in Loop City, and that's Arcadia Loop City hosting SEM and Twin Loop, and they should start right around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and Gavin Higgins will have the call for you today live from Loop City right here on KBBN 95.3 FM. And you can also listen on your app or on your device at kbbn.com. And those are the games tonight. Now, tomorrow we've got Husker volleyball for you, as they are really, really rolling right now. They're taking on Iowa at Iowa. We'll have that on the Husker Radio Network here on KBBN. Airtime 6:30, first serve at 7 p.m. on KBBN. We'll talk about football a little bit later on today in the breakfast show, because there is plenty of football that will be covered. We're going to be doing a triple header for you later this week. So we'll be talking about that in just a little bit. By the way, this is Dress Like a Dork Day. That's right. You know, maybe some suspenders, maybe a bow tie. Hey, here's an idea. Wear your Hawaiian shirt and tuck it into your underwear and pull your pants up real high. And you'll have it. You'll be dressing like a dork day. You'll have it in full bloom for everybody. Dire Straits and Lady Rider. Logan is here from Arrow Seed in Broken Bow. Good morning, Logan.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty nice day in store for us today.
It is. And I absolutely love this time of year.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. And it's almost that time of year where you can get the cheapest occurring snack food.
The cheapest
Naturally occurring snack food. Yeah.
What would that be?
Deer nuts, because they're under $1.
Thank you, Logan.
You're welcome.
That's a good suggestion. Well, maybe not. But anyway, that one kind of shocked me a little bit.
I'm in it for the shock value these days.
Yeah, you're going for it.
Yep. Why not?
Why not? Going for it at Arrow Seed, too. What's going on?
We've got quite a bit going on. We're kind of transitioning out of the seed side of things right now. That's starting to taper off pretty quick.
Okay.
Just not a whole lot of guys planting a whole lot right now. Just that time of year where not a whole lot going on in the field. Still time to get cover crops in, but the later you get into October, the less fall growth you're going to get. So
yeah, and actually Mother Nature's treated us pretty well here. We've had pretty good weather for it. And I suppose this week still would work. I mean, we have maybe down in the 50s one day and then back in the 60s again. So
yep. So, but it's just, it's a matter of time before it shuts down. So
it's that time of year.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. So we're starting to see more guys coming in to get on the other side of things, on the hunting side.
Mm-hmm.
We've sold quite a few trail cameras the past week or so. Deer activity is starting to ramp up, and I've seen that off the cameras that I have. A lot of crops coming out of the field, not a lot of places for the deer to hide right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can't hide in the standing corn.
They're losing their cover there.
Yep, losing their cover. They're having to travel a little bit for food. There's a lot of cattle being moved around, so that's opening up maybe some new habitat
mm-hmm.
that had been previously
taken by the
cows.
Yeah.
And we do have Moultrie trail cameras. We've got a really good deal. It's a bundle. So not only do you get the camera, but you get batteries and a memory card as well.
Okay.
And it's all
complete.
Packaged. It's a complete package. We've got those for under $100.
Really?
Really.
And they do the job for under $100.
They do.
Well, that's not too big of an investment.
It is not.
These days.
When you think about the money that you spend on hunting equipment, that's really inexpensive in the long run.
Very much, yeah. Yeah, any more, all across the board, hunting, fishing, outdoors, things have gotten more expensive. Of course, I like to fish, and I know you do too. And when I look and see what a old-fashioned spoon cost, I'm going, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And you can get a camera for under $100.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yes, you can get it for under $100, and if you play your cards right, you can probably get pictures of about $100.
Yes, you probably can.
So,
hey, I got to ask you a question real quick since we're on this subject. I know some people out there, you flip through the channel sometimes and there'll be a hunting channel on, right? And I suppose a lot of people just watch the hunting channel just like rodeo channel or,
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop and watch it for a little while. And there was one on recently. The guy was up in what do they call it? Up in
a tree stand?
Was it? But it wasn't.
Or like a blind.
I guess it was a tree stand / blind. It was way up there. But it looked like it was a condo in New York City. I mean, it looked pretty plush.
Yeah, I've hunted out of some condo deer palace type.
Yeah, there you go, deer palace. That's a good one.
Type amenities, and they're pretty comfy. And if it's put in a good location, you're gonna see deer.
What about? I know that you do a lot of that, and you love deer hunting. Do people, and this is where probably some folks get themselves in trouble if they're just kind of a roaming hunter and, driving and maybe looking to pull in someplace. That doesn't work as well as it used to because you really need, especially with the deer hunting, because rifles shoot so far.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to have permission to be hunting a big pasture or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of common sense. You need permission anywhere that you're hunting.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, if it's your own ground, you probably know the person to ask. You just look in the mirror and say, "Hey, can I hunt?" But if it's a patch of ground that
Yeah.
somebody else owns, you need to get permission from them.
Yeah, and that's just respect, and it's their land. And if you're nice about it, you might have a chance of hunting that property, or maybe not. They may have already given somebody else
Yep.
permission.
You know, and I've knocked on plenty of doors in my day, and it's about a 50-50 shot for deer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of them, well, no, this ground's for my family, or,
Right. Sure.
you know, so-and-so leases it, or no, I don't let anybody hunt deer. You can hunt anything else, but not the deer, you know.
Yeah. All
There's-
kinds of different people out there have different views on their property and what they want done with it. It's their property.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's their property. I'm not going to change their mind one way or another.
So for those people, and we've talked about this before, but I think it's really a double-edged tool you have there when you're talking about video and pictures and that sort of thing, because it can be used for the hunter, but it's also a very important tool for the property owner, right?
Exactly. And we've sold a lot of cameras for folks that'll put it up in a very inconspicuous spot to deal with, you know, trespassers. Maybe there's some theft going on.
Yeah.
You name it, a trail camera's a pretty cheap insurance policy to just keep an eye on things.
Nothing makes property owners more angry than a fence that's left open, a gate.
Yes.
So that would also be a good indicator as who left the gate open.
Yep.
The cattle got out or in or
Exactly.
something like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have those.
We do. You know, we've also got some attractant on hand, and you know, it's bait, so it's a mineral feed attractant, kind of all in one 40-pound bags.
Okay.
It's the Big and J BB squared. I've used it quite a bit, and it definitely has more of an attractant value to it than some of the other feeds out there. It smells super good.
They'll come a ways for it.
They will.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, you need to be careful putting that out this time of year. You need to follow all the rules and regulations surrounding baiting and
Yeah.
where you can hunt around it, when you can hunt around it. I know that it has to be removed for at least 10 days before the season.
Makes sense. I mean, fair is fair, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you like to bait deer, you can go to some other states and
Yeah.
do that.
Or, you know, there's some of the other things that you've talked about is kind of gave me the idea. Some people do just like to go out and watch them,
Oh,
get 'em close.
Absolutely.
Take a picture of them,
Yep.
a video or whatever, and that
Absolutely.
works for that too.
It does. It does. It's just like bird feed, bird seed, bird feeders. You know.
Which you guys have.
We do. We've also got deer feeders. So we've got the big tripod feeders. I think they're a 30-gallon capacity, so they hold quite a bit. But we've also got it's called a feed station, and it's basically just a little trough that you'd hang on a tree or on a corner post or something like that, and I think it holds 20 or 25 pounds of feed. So
Or typically, you know more than anybody, 25 pounds. I suppose it depends on the population in the area, but does that last a while?
it depends.
Yeah.
It very, very, very heavily depends on the amount of deer in the area
yeah.
and the amount of raccoons and turkeys and
Well, yeah.
other wildlife, because more than just deer are going to stop by and munch on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we've also got some scents in. So we've got basically it's doe urine and buck urine.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a variety pack. I think it's $12 or $13 that has 3 different smells in it. So it's got just your regular doe pee, it's got your doe and heat, and then it's got your buck urine. So this time of year, bucks are really starting to cruise. They're starting to kind of mark out their territory. You know, some of the does might be coming into heat a little bit early. All these scents do is make them come back to that area. If you go along a tree line or a shelter belt or something along those lines and put some of this out, usually the deer, it'll be like Facebook for deer.
Okay.
And they'll be like, I need to come back here. The amount of pictures that I've gotten on my cameras after I put out deer scent it's ridiculous because you will see so many new deer, bucks and does, stop to take a sniff.
Uh-huh.
And then they mark, they put their scent down, and it's just a snowball effect.
So then once that starts, then you got the real deal going on.
Exactly. Yep. So we've got that, and we've also got just the singles. We've got the doe and heat, and then it's called Scrape Mate. And what Scrape Mate is, it's a whole bunch of different deer smells in a bottle.
Okay.
So if you put that out, a scrape is basically how a deer marks its territory.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a fire hydrant for a dog.
Okay, gotcha.
If for the non-hunting folks out there,
Yeah.
think of it as a fire hydrant for a dog. What does a dog do when it comes up to a fire hydrant? It sniffs and it smells, and then it marks its territory.
Light poles and all those
Exactly.
things like that.
So the Scrape Mate, if you put that out, you can start a scrape, and it will be a melting pot for a whole bunch of different deer.
And then once you get it going, just like the other,
Exactly. Once you get it going, they're going to keep coming back and just making it bigger. A scrape is basically where the deer, they'll munch on some branches and rub up on some branches up above, and then below it, they'll scrape their paws.
okay.
And they usually urinate on it or right in that vicinity, and that's their
mark.
calling card.
All right.
I've had it before where it started out about the size of a dinner plate, and I put some of this scent out, and that scrape within a week or so is about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle.
My goodness.
Just the amount, just a snowball effect.
That's a big calling card.
It is. And it was, according to my camera, it was about 14 different deer that had been hitting that.
Wow.
So it's one of those things that get that out now. Not everybody archery hunts, but a lot of people rifle hunt. And this time of year is a really good time of year to get that stuff out and put a camera over it so you can see, hey, I didn't know this deer was around, or hey, I've never seen that deer before, or oh, hey, look, this deer made it through last year.
Yeah, I saw it last year.
Yep.
Saw it again this year. That's always kind of fun, too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. What else you have? We're about out of time, but I think you probably want to talk about the processing side.
Yes, that is the next thing I had on here. We've got a good supply of the food processing side of things, so you can go from field to fork pretty easily with what we've got in store. So
Just walk in and
yeah,
you got them covered.
It's right there. We can get you covered like a wagon.
Yeah.
So,
and I know you mentioned last time you were here, you might want to come in sooner than later because supply is an issue.
yeah, it's just like anything right now.
Yeah.
Trying to get new stuff in is like pulling teeth. It's not
Don't
not
know.
fun, and you just simply don't know. I've had some seasoning and that stuff on order since middle of the summer, and literally have no ETA from the company when I'm going to see it.
Frustrating on all across the board on all products, but they say this is going to happen for a while. So
Yeah, it's one of those things that we did get some new stuff in on the last shipment. We've got actually some bacon cure,
okay.
which is awesome. We've had a lot of customers ask for that, so we brought some in. It's one of those things they say that, smoking's bad for you, but smoking bacon cures it. So got that.
There's two different trains of thoughts on that.
Got that covered. We've got good selection of vacuum bags, got a bunch of different sizes and quantities. Those are a pretty hot commodity as well. We've got vacuum sealers. We've got dehydrators. We've got meat grinders, meat slicers, meat mixers, sausage stuffers. We've got all the big equipment. And you, by no means, if you're starting out, do you have to buy all of it at once.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before. Start start out maybe with one project and start small and then work your way in.
Yeah, it took me a few years to accumulate all of the equipment that I have. It was basically one big purchase a year.
Mm-hmm.
Got a grinder the one year, a meat mixer the next, a sausage stuffer, a slice.
You learn how to use it, and then you went,
Exactly. You just keep adding to it.
Okay, it's all there, Darrell Seed. But folks, don't wait. As you heard, supply is the issue, as it is everywhere else on all kinds of products. But if you're planning on, processing your own deer or your own meat, period, because it doesn't have to be just deer.
No, by no means does it have to be just wild game.
Okay, and of course, take a look around the store. You'll be surprised of all the other things you see there that Becky's got in the store, and I guess we've got it covered for this week.
Yeah, we do.
And that was a pretty edgy joke there at the beginning, but I guess we'll...
Well, if you get a call from the FCC, it's not my
Oh, no.
fault.
Trust me, that's very mild. If you want to, listen to Sirius Radio or go to New York City and listen,
I guess, yeah, and I could pull out some Howard Stern jokes. And
No, that's okay.
That for sure put you over the edge.
That would do it. Thanks, Logan.
Thanks.
We'll take a time out, catch up on some news.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN. You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Got a Johnson & Johnson COVID shot? Maybe no problem if you want to follow up. CBS's Tom Foti.
The Food and Drug Administration has not confirmed it, but media reports from the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal hint the FDA is going to allow a mix-and-match approach to any COVID booster shots.
South Korea.
This as it prepares to authorize Moderna and Johnson & Johnson boosters.
South Korea has fired another ballistic missile. This launch may have been different. Reporter Alex Jensen from Seoul.
This time, Seoul's taking seriously the possibility it may have fired a ballistic missile from a submarine directly.
The Wall Street Journal says the gang that abducted 17 U.S.-based missionaries, including 5 children, is demanding $1 million for each. Michael Capone heads a nonprofit aid group. He says the kidnappers are dangerous.
Those guys are extremely armed. They have literally bazookas. They can literally shoot a police car and make it explode.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A plea bargain hearing will be held this week for a California man charged in a triple fatal accident in central Nebraska. 36-year-old Kenneth Kratt of California is charged with 3 counts of felony manslaughter. He had been scheduled for trial this week in Buffalo County Court, but court documents show his lawyer is expected to file a plea bargain today. Kratt was involved in the crash that killed Ryan Vanek, Daniel Seelhoff, and Scott Gaylord in 2019. If convicted, he could face a maximum of 60 years in prison. The Nebraska State Patrol believes a missing woman may have been killed. NSP reported 55-year-old Linda Dillard was last seen on June 16th in the rural Table Rock area. According to court records, NSP believes Dillard left Fairbury to join friends in Pawnee County, where they drank and smoked meth at a farmstead. After a search of the property, a wig belonging to Dillard was located, as well as clothes belonging to her. According to NSP, investigators were told by people who were at the farm that Dillard and a man at the property had an argument and she left. In a search warrant filed by NSP, investigators say she may have been a victim of a crime of theft, assault, kidnapping, and/or murder. The investigation is ongoing. The King of Country is coming to Nebraska. George Strait is stopping in Lincoln on his tour in 2022. George Strait, Straight to the Star City, is set for 7:30 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena, April 23rd. Tickets go on sale Friday, October 29th at 10 a.m. via Ticketmaster. Strait will perform live with special guest Asleep at the Wheel. 2 people are in custody after a pursuit and crash that started in Butler County Sunday night. According to the Butler County Sheriff's Office, deputies initiated a traffic stop for speeding on Highway 92. Authorities say that once the deputy exited his patrol car to approach the vehicle, the driver sped off, traveling westbound. Deputies then initiated a pursuit ending on Highway 81 in Polk County when the vehicle crossed the median into southbound traffic and then crashed into the west ditch. 2 suspects were transported to Columbus Community Hospital and were placed in custody after being medically cleared. Both face several charges, including possession of a controlled substance, possession with intent to deliver, possession of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, possession of a stolen firearm, among others. The Butler County Sheriff's Office was assisted by the Polk County Sheriff's Office and the Nebraska State Patrol.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In postseason baseball, Game 3 of the American League Championship Series saw the Red Sox power their way past the Astros.
3-0 to Schwarber. He kicks and he delivers. Swing. There's a long drive to right field. Deep toward the grandstand. Tucker looking up. It is gone into the grandstand. Grand slam. Kyle Schwarber.
The Red Sox radio network on the call, one of 4 Boston home runs in a 12-3 rout of the Astros. So Boston has a 2-1 series advantage. Game 4 will be Tuesday in Boston. Week 6 in the NFL came to a close with a good Monday Night Football game in Nashville where the Titans held off the Bills for a 34-31 win. Game came down to a 4th and inches for Buffalo on Tennessee's 3-yard line with 22 seconds to go. A field goal sends the game to overtime. Bills decided to go for it, the first down or the touchdown. They didn't get either. Quarterback Josh Allen was stopped on a quarterback sneak. The Tennessee Titans hold on for the victory, and both teams are now 4-2 on the season.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures climbing into the mid-70s for today, low sunny to partly cloudy skies. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a shower developing, lows in the upper 30s. Into the day on Wednesday, breezy and cooler, at least some partial sunshine, only expecting a high in the upper 40s. Northwest winds at 15 to 30. For Thursday, back up to 61. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
36 degrees outside, so we have went backwards here. It was 37 at 6. 42 at 7, now 36 here at the 8 o'clock mark, or a little after 8 o'clock, under a clear sky. Winds are not a factor so far today. Barometric pressure leveling off at 29.79, humidity at 91%. High yesterday was 72 with an overnight low of 37. Sunset at 6:52 today, sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:56. We have recorded 3,300 precipitation in this month of October to this point. Jeremy Scheib is in the studio with me. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning.
Earlier I did mention it's Dress Like a Dork Day. You're not dressed up for the day.
I thought you were just about to say, oh, I'm glad to see you participated.
No, I think we're okay. If we wanted to dress up, like a dork day for Dork Day, it says we should wear suspenders, maybe a bow tie.
Oh, I have.
See, I don't think
I have suspenders.
I don't think that personally. I don't think that qualifies. But the one that does, it says people who tuck in their Hawaiian shirts and wear their pants up high. But
that would qualify. I think suspenders should be more socially accepted.
I do too. They're very
great
useful
for those of us that have trouble holding our pants up. I'd love to wear suspenders all the time.
Well, you can. I think they're kind of cool, personally.
Yeah, maybe I'll start that.
But I don't think a bow tie is. I mean, you see these sports analysis guys, a lot of them now that are down on the field wearing bow ties. That seems to be the deal.
Yeah.
So, well, you should be getting excited. The NBA season starts today.
Yes.
So
yes, it does. Go Celtics.
Didn't they just finish up?
Well, they had kind of a little minute. Because their season a year ago was thrown off so much, they kind of did like a short miniature season. So, yeah, it kind of does feel that way. I think they kind of, if they waited all that time, it'd be too long. But if they had a little miniature season in between, it was going to be really short.
Yeah.
So
at least they weren't in the bubble. They're not going to be in the bubble like they were when they played during the first COVID wave.
Yeah, now they're kind of facing the opposite problem because they're not in the bubble and doing that whole thing. You know, certain cities have different mandates, and there are a few players that aren't going to be allowed to play with their team for any home games, which...
just home games where their regulations are
in place. But a lot of the teams are saying, well, that's kind of ridiculous that this person can travel and go on the road with the team and then all of a sudden be like, okay, go home. We're home now. So a lot of them are like, if you're not going to be with the team full time, then you're not going to play and practice with the team. So it'll be interesting. That'll all, it's kind of been a thing for a couple of weeks now in the news stories, but now that the season is starting up and those players actually aren't going to be out on the court, that'll all blow up. And
one that gets the most attention is Irving, right?
Kyrie. Yep, he used to play for the Celtics, and personally, good riddance. all kinds of controversy surrounds that man all the time.
Oh, so he's just one of those. Yeah,
it's always something.
This is also National Information Overload Awareness Day. I like this one.
Awareness Day?
Yes, National Information Overload Awareness Day. Whoever invented multitasking needs to be punched in the face.
Whoa.
I'm just reading the copy here.
Aggressive. Who writes these things?
Well, CBS. I don't know, some guy sitting back in a corner, I think, in CBS big old studios. Well, anyway, information overload is a recent problem. Excuse me. And now accounts for most workplace anxiety. Experts suggest cutting email output by 10 to 20%, avoid reading stuff that doesn't directly affect you, and focusing on one task at a time. That is, of course, if your boss will let you do that.
Yeah.
There is a factor there, I think.
So it says send less emails?
Send 10 to 20% less emails out, and avoid reading stuff that comes in that doesn't really matter.
I mean, I could understand the second half of that, not wasting your time on stuff that doesn't matter. But, like, a lot of the time, if you're sending emails, it's, like, necessary.
I know. I don't know for sure. That's just what the recommendation is. I think the solution
is...
Do
less work and send less emails to get it accomplished. That'll fix your problems.
Yeah,
it won't just all cascade and turn into more later in the week.
Yeah, you'll have a lot more to do later. Maybe the solution is International Gin and Tonic Day.
Oh, there you go.
That's today.
You a tonic guy? You like tonic?
No, never liked
gin.
Nope.
Either of them. They just are both horrible tasting, and you put them in a drink together.
I think if you want to, get that taste, just take a bite of a Christmas tree and get it over with.
That's so true.
Jeez.
It's horrible.
Oh, boy. All right. We'll take care of some live reads here in just a little bit. Jeremy, you might talk. I talked already about volleyball, but I haven't talked about the triple header in football that we're going to be doing this week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to spread our talents all over the place.
Oh, boy, I guess.
And we're going to do 2 radio broadcasts on Thursday, and we're going to do a video broadcast as well. If you know us at KC and I KBBN, it's that whatever we can do to get our crew out and about to cover these kids and put them on the radio and video for you, we're going to do it. So on Thursday, we've got 3 teams that we're going to be covering from the area, which, by the way, is, if we could cover all of the teams in the area, we certainly would. But we can't quite pull it off because we're short radio stations. So 4 o'clock It's going to be number 1, St. Hills Sedford, and number 16, Lawrence Nelson in Dunning for some D2 action. And you can watch that game on our video streaming platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want to find the links to those, just simply go to sandhillsexpress.com/live. Gavin is going to go there. We were working out some equipment yesterday afternoon. And he's going to go there and call that, and we hope to find a camera person to go along with him. I thought maybe Christy was going to volunteer.
Oh.
So I don't know about that yet, but we'll have a crew going there to Dunning. Then at 5 o'clock, it's going to be Brent and Larry. They're going to be in Myrna for number 5 Anselmo Myrna versus number 12 Summerland. That is D1 action. Now, Summerland is Clearwater Orchard Ewing altogether. You kind of remember back, it used to be Clearwater Orchard.
That's right.
And that was the name. Well, they added in Ewing and they became Summerland. That will be on KCNI radio at 5 o'clock on Thursday. Then on Thursday night, myself and Kurt Crawley are going to drive down the road to Central City for number 9 Arcadia Loop City at number 8 Nebraska Christian. Those 9-8 matchups are always really interesting. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff on KBBN, so you can tune in for that. As I am looking at it online, Central City is an hour and 45 minutes away from our area. So if you're unable to make it to that one, Arcadia Loop City fans, we've got you covered, and you can listen in. Love calling games with Kurt Crawley. I don't get to do it that often. I see why Brent likes calling games with him on KCNI, and he's just a lot of fun to talk to on the radio, so should be a good time.
Well, it's another one of those situations where Mr. Crawley coached football, for some of the younger players for a number of years. And so he has that inside understanding of, important factors that a lot of us don't notice, and he does. So, yeah, he's an easy guy to be around. So
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to be that easy to be around if the Dodgers keep losing. I may as well just mention that. Get that
are
over.
they? I don't keep up with
Yeah,
MLB.
they didn't look so good the other night. Well, it was 4-4, and I don't know I don't know anymore. You don't know if they're second basemen or center fielders or shortstops because they go to these new formations in baseball. It's just crazy. But anyway, they hit one up the middle, and the guy behind second base, he just missed it, and they lost the game.
Uh-oh.
You might talk to Mr. Crawley about that.
No, I'd rather not. Get him off on a tangent.
Happy birthday goes out to Carla Estes. Happy 70th birthday to Carla. She's a wonderful lady and celebrating her 70th birthday today. Bonnie Raitt up for you. We'll be expecting a call in soon from Mr. Mark Stock. Bonnie Raitt, Need You Tonight. That's her cover of INXS, Need You Tonight. Sounds a little different, but it sounds pretty darn good. Speaking of pretty darn good, Mark Stock is pretty darn good at picking up our mornings when he calls in, and he's on the line right now.
Good.
Mr. Positive, we call him here on The Breakfast Show. Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Hey, guys, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
We're doing well. How's things at Big Iron Auction Company?
You know, it's a sunny day today. It'll be a great day tomorrow. And by golly, do we have some nice stuff coming online to sell. If anybody needs equipment, if anybody needs land, if anybody needs livestock, check out the Big Iron website. In fact, we've got so many auctions coming up. We've got so many retirement sales coming up. We got big packages of equipment on big retirement sales. If you're thinking about retiring, we can still get you scheduled in here to have your equipment sold the last week in November or into December now on BigIron.com. So pick up that phone and give us a call at 1-800-937-3558. I'll give you that number in a little bit once again towards the end here, but get your paper and pencil ready. October the 20th, folks, which is tomorrow, there's 993 items that will be sold on BigIron.com. When you get to our website, you're going to see we've got a new upgrade, too. We've divided our agriculture, construction, transportation, and other into categories with a tab right on the top. And if you click on agriculture, you can actually see that we have two different rings. We have a ring 1 and a ring 2. So, but you can still view all just like the system has always been. But if you want to view all the larger items, that will be in ring 1, and some of the smaller items, the shop-related equipment, such, will be in ring 2. So check out that new feature that is on BigIron.com. We do have a couple of retirement sales. Roger and Janet Amble, they are retiring from Sarles, North Dakota. 69 items, big packages of equipment, folks. They got a Versatile 435 four-wheel drive tractor. They got a Case IH 9270. They got a Case 2090, and I know North Dakota sounds like a far way away, but we've partnered up with Hitchpin Logistics, and they can get this equipment loaded on a trailer and get it freighted to you in short fashion. So if you need their John Deere 9770 combine, they can get that hauled for you. They got a Massey Ferguson 9220 windrower swather that's going to sell as well. They got a Rogator 854 sprayer that will be sold. So check that out. We also have the Martin and Shirley Prince Estate sale in New Underwood, South Dakota. They've got 30 items. A New Holland SR 160 swather. They've got a John Deere 568 round baler. They've got the Goiter R72 combine selling. They got a John Deere 7230 mechanical front tractor with a loader. It's got just over 4,000 hours. They also have a Bobcat 853 skid steer selling on that estate sale. That's in New Underwood, South Dakota. So check that out. We also have Scott Johnson in Rolfe, Iowa, selling 35 items. They've got a Broyhill 9690 pull-type sprayer. They've got a John Deere 8870 four-wheel drive tractor. They got a 4650 mechanical front tractor. They got several Parker and JM gravity wagons. So check that out. We got Lincoln Electric System, folks. They have been using Stock Auction Company years ago, and now BigIron.com to sell their equipment. They've got 60-plus items selling on the sale tomorrow, and you are always plumb satisfied with the condition and the care that Lincoln Electric System has on their equipment. They've got a couple Polaris Ranger UTVs. They got some Freightliner bucket trucks. They got a John Deere 310G 4x4 loader backhoe with Extend-A-Hoe. Check out their 2010 Chevrolet 3500 heavy-duty Silverado pickup. It's a four-wheel drive extended cab. That is selling on BigIron.com. They got a big Vermeer V8550A trencher. It's got the backfill blade on it. They got power washers. They got Parker hydraulic crimping machines if you want to fix hydraulic hoses. They've got digger derricks. They've got Chevrolet Malibu cars. These are drive to church on Sunday looking kind of cars, folks. Check them out. They got Chevrolet Silverado 4x4 regular cab pickups, Ford Ranger XLT extended cab pickups, and they've got a whole host of good quality tools that will be selling for Lincoln Electric System on tomorrow's Big Iron auction. Now, Omaha Public Power District, they are selling on BigIron.com as well. So check out the equipment that they have selling to the highest bidder here on the Big Iron website. We do have a bunch of real estate that's going to be selling here over the next couple of weeks. So we want to draw your attention to several opportunities in different counties across the area, folks. If you're looking for quality real estate, farmland to add to your operation as investments or to add to your particular operation to farm yourself, we encourage you to check out the Big Iron website. There's land in Hall County and Butler County selling on October the 26th. On October the 28th, we've got some more additional land selling in Cedar Rapids, Nebraska, just right on the south edge of town. November the 2nd, folks, we've got some really nice parcels of land in Merrick County, Nebraska selling, plus a couple tracts in Hamilton County, and then 2 tracts in Greeley County right by Spalding, Nebraska. 305 acres and 315 acres will be selling over there for the Kieber family. We've also got some additional land in York County, Howard County, and Polk County, and Madison County then selling on November the 9th. These are all sizes and shapes. Some of these are dryland farms. Some of these are irrigated farms. We got some additional land in Hamilton County and Stanton County coming up on November the 11th. November the 16th will be in Iowa, selling some of this Kossuth County, Iowa land by Algona, Iowa. This land here is ranking really high in the soil type, so that's going to get a lot of attention. But we got land in Kansas, land in Colorado, land in Nebraska selling here in November, and we're listing land now that will sell in December and still closing in December as folks are concerned about what these new tax laws might come into play if they actually pass up in Washington. But dial us up if you've got some real estate you would like to sell. Dial us up if you would like to sell some machinery. And don't forget about our livestock, folks. We've got a lot of powerful bulls, and we've got a tremendous lineup of some breeding stock that will sell here in the months ahead on the Big Iron website. So give us a call. Once again, that phone number, since you got your paper and your pad ready, is 1-800-937-3558. That's 800-WE-SELL with the number 8 at the end.
All right, Mark. Thanks so much for another report of all the things going on. Look forward to it next week.
Hey, thank you, guys. We'll see you later.
Take care. Bye. Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company. It's got lots going on, as you heard, and that's not all. I mean, they just have an amazing amount of materials and products and cattle and equipment that they deal with every week. And you need to probably contact them sooner than later on some of those things, especially on the land side of things. So give them a call, check it out, check out their website, check out their double ring and all the services they provide. I'd like at this time to bring you information about the Tumbleweed Cafe. Now, a lot of times we have pieces of paper with copy on it that we read off or kind of just generalize off the notes. Don't need to do that with the Tumbleweed Cafe because almost everybody in this building, in fact, everybody in this building has probably been to Tumbleweed either once in a while or a lot. The reason being is that the food is home-cooked style food. They call it comfort food sometimes. Things like mashed potatoes and gravy, chicken fried steak, beef, pork, and they have daily specials, noon and evening. And you can just go in and sit down and order off their menu. They got a nice menu. I really do enjoy their, if you're a hamburger person and haven't had a good old cafe hamburger for a while where you know it's hand patted and made in the back and fried on the grill, a little cheese on it, and I usually order 2 cheeseburgers.
2 cheeseburgers? 2
cheeseburgers and nothing else.
Wow. That's a lot of bread.
Non-toasted buns, and you're good to go. And they'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Say, please don't toast the buns. No problem. Cool. They always have all the condiments on the table if you want to add a little more. The nice thing is you can go sit down in the cafeteria at the cafe, and they'll come and wait on you and bring you your food. Or you can order ahead and drive through. And either way, you can do one of those 2 things. You can also, there's the third option, you can also have a party or a business meeting or a wedding reception or a family gathering in their party room, their back room. Plenty of room back there, tables and chairs. There's a counter space back there. You can bring in stuff to set. There's an area to set your things on, all the tables. Or they can just actually bring in a little buffet and serve you right there as well, or serve food to you from the cafe. So you have all those options. It works really nice. It's private back there. And then, of course, don't forget about their Sunday buffet, which is great because you and I could go, and I would say, you know what, I think I'll go through the buffet and have some of those mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans and salad, dessert, all for one price. I can go back and fill my plate up again if I'm man enough to do that. But you might say, you know what? I feel like breakfast. A lot of people go there after church and have an omelet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all great out at the Tumbleweed, and Carmen and the crew's ready for you. Now, I know they have reduced their hours a little bit due to staffing, just like everybody else these days, but they are open 7 days a week. They open up early, closing a little earlier than they have been due to staffing. I'm sure when this all works itself out that Carmen will go back to their original hours, but right now they got it going on 7 days a week at the Tumbleweed.
Yep. We all love home-cooked meals, just don't have time to cook them all the time. That's where the Tumbleweed comes in.
Yeah, and why even do it when you can go out there and they'll bring it to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, tip your waitresses.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they kind of get a little extra cash in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go to Ansley for a moment.
Okay.
And talk about Viero Wireless. That is the location where you can go, walk in, and talk to Cassandra.
Yeah, Gibbons Gadgets, right?
Yep. Gibbons Gadgets in Ansley, right on Main Street. Also Gibbons Electric there. The old grocery store in downtown Ansley has been changed over to those two businesses, plus Viero Wireless. Right now they got a student unlimited plan that is available with handset protection included, because kids will be kids. That starts at $20.50 per month with their fastest speed, with unlimited data, unlimited voice, text, also hotspot available. No credit approval required. Go see Cassandra in Ansley at Viero. You'll see their logo on the page on the Breakfast Show stream. What do you have for us, Jeremy?
I wanted to talk about Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. They're open Tuesday to Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 until 3. If you're doing some gift giving for the upcoming holidays around the corner, make sure you go to Brubaker's. They've got some area-specific gifts that kind of have to do with Custer County and the surrounding area. Lots of great things that they've either had made custom or that they love to sell because, they feature things about living here right in central Nebraska. They have fun puzzles for children and adults with unique scenes for when you've completed them, some wall decor with inspiring messages. Others are playful and fun. There are even wall hangings, throw pillows, and more with traveling and exploration type themes. They also have wonderful styles of eye-catching jewelry that is also available, including earrings, necklaces, and bracelets, sure to bring out your style. Their Dark Canyon coffee and Piper Leaf teas are available for purchase. So if you go in there and you get a drink and you enjoy it, you can grab some to take home with you to keep the flavor going. And baked treats are available any time of the day, and breakfast burritos are great to grab to curb your hunger in the morning. They have a specialty one created daily. Right there on Main Street in Arnold, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. Make sure to stop by. It's a very cool building. It's historic. When they started their business there, they redid that. It's got a cool loft you can sit in to drink your coffee and start your day. It's just great there at Brubaker's, and they'll serve you with a smile.
Yeah, they sure will. And you might have a Brad Atkins sighting while you're there. He's kind of elusive. He just kind of passes through quickly. But if you see him, tell him he still owes us $800.
$800.
Or his cowboy boots.
Okay.
Speaking of bad behavior, China is considering a law punishing parents whose kids behave badly. So,
a little bit of responsibility.
Well, right at the top, it sounds kind of reasonable in a way.
Yeah. Now, what's the catch?
Well, it might have something to do with the law meant to scare university kids out of protesting the government.
So if they protest, the parents get in trouble.
Yeah. It sounds like, well, if your kids behave badly in the grocery store or they break the law, the parents could also be punished. And that may well be, but they think the bottom line might be that they're not happy about the university students protesting the China government.
Gotcha.
But this law is being considered that would punish parents whenever their kids did something illegal. Mom and dad, and think about this here in America, mom and dad would be forced to complete a training program if their children get in trouble?
I don't know.
What do
If
you
you
think?
drew a certain line at some point, it'd be interesting.
Well, let's say, what if it went all the way down to where if your son or daughter got sent to the principal's office and
Yeah, that might be a little bit far one
that
way,
would-
and then the other direction. If your son or daughter commits a serious crime, that might be a little bit too far the other direction.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle, though, I could see if the policies were put in place the right way, maybe it would result in maybe people taking a little bit more time to parent a little bit better.
Yeah, I think
I think a lot of times it's just like, they go and do something serious. It's not me that's going to go to jail.
Well, yeah, and it's changed a lot. I always use the grocery store for an example. Now, kids, does not take them very long to realize where they can get away misbehaving. Now, at home, they misbehave. They're corrected, and they know that there's no out, right? When they get a little older and they misbehave in the grocery store, they know that mom or dad really doesn't want to have a scene in the grocery store.
Yeah, or
So-
they know they got to get their shopping done, so they're not going to go anywhere very quickly.
So my wife always remembers when our boys would misbehave in the grocery store. They'd probably be sitting in a cart. A lot of times they're walking beside the cart, but a lot of times they'd be sitting facing you, and they would be maybe misbehaving a little bit, getting out of line. And that's when you talk like this, and you said,
Yeah,
"Listen,
do the quiet grocery store talk.
listen, Paul, if you keep this up, I'm going to drag you out of here, put you in the car."
I'm going to move the cereal out of the way and
Yeah.
stick you back there and leave you here.
Oh, you'd like to end up in the trunk of the car. But you didn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's a little different because, 30, 40 years ago, if you saw somebody taking their child out by the hand and swatting their butt outside the store, they go, well, that kid got in trouble.
Ate
Now-
something off of the shelf.
Yeah, he probably did something bad. But now, there might be somebody that would dial a phone number and say, there's child abuse out in front of the grocery
Yeah.
store. So it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, now you just give the kid their own little miniature shopping cart. They can ram into everyone's ankles everywhere.
Where did Johnny go? Well, he's in the produce section, and I just heard something bad happen. Yeah. Well, it comes with the territory. But in China, they may well punish the parents along with the kids who misbehave. I'll leave that up to you folks out there, whether that's good or bad.
At Bruning Bank, they are proud to have strong roots in agriculture and to have the opportunity to work with producers. Bruning Bank, build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
8:46, more things on the table here that we're going to be talking about, but I wanted to ask your personal opinion on this. Yesterday, just by, I don't know, conversation, it came up that Brent, I guess this started because of the Packers and Bears, and you were part of that conversation.
Yeah, for a bit.
But Brent's dislike for the Green Bay team and its quarterback resulted in the fact that he might look pretty darn nice in a man bun. And I offered yesterday, and this is a pretty significant offer, and of course, you know how much Brent likes food, that if he would grow a man bun and wear it for 6 months, Casey and I, KBBN, would pay for 25% of his groceries for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and that interested Brent.
Quite a bit of money.
And I said, you'd have to wear the man bun for 6 months.
The other thing about that is, you know, when you're growing your hair out, there's that weird time in between when it's long and looks good and when it's short and looks good, which you're used to. It's kind of that in between.
Well,
he's got to go through that stage to get to the end, and I don't know if Brent could power through that.
And you know, I would say this if Brent was here. We're very,
I'd never worry about that.
We're very frank with one another, but he has concerns about his receding hairline.
Oh, well, you shouldn't worry more about that, growing your hair out.
But would you think the man bun would look kind of funny on the, because a man bun usually is at the crown of your, at the back of your head, right?
Yeah.
The top. Yeah. And he'd have that perched up there, and then what would the front look like?
Yeah, it would kind of pull his hair back a little bit.
Yeah, and probably expose a little bit more of that receding hairline.
Yeah. You just got to own it. I mean, I put my hair over to the side. I've got a receding hairline, and just kind of, see how you folks watching online can see it. I turn my head this direction. It doesn't even look like I have any hair.
Well, I noticed when we first started using the Facebook camera, it used to sit over here, and I would turn this way. And then if I'd happened to look at the screen, I'd go, geez, I'm a little bit thinner up there than I once was. I didn't even know it until we started doing that. But I don't know about Brent's. I know he would like that 25% discount. You know how much he likes food and discounts.
Mm-hmm. We all like discounts.
I mean, he's begging for cookies half the time on this show.
Yeah.
So
we do a lot of snacking back there.
Yeah. So I guess it's up to Brent.
He might have to sit on that.
Yeah, the offer's there.
Yeah.
On the serious side, we did lose a very important person in the United States. America's first black Secretary of State, Colin Powell, passed away from COVID complications, I think is the way they're putting it. 84-year-old who had been suffering from blood cancer, and I think he also had a light case of Parkinson's even. So that combination with COVID at 84 took the life of Mr. Powell. He was a general in the first Gulf War and joined George W. Bush's government as Secretary of State, first black man to do that.
H.W., right?
It just says George W., yeah.
Oh, okay.
That would be in the first round over there.
Sure.
And I guess the one thing that he said later that really was regretful was getting bad intel to pitch the case for the war in Iraq. Some of the intel that came in that he used for the reasons to go into Iraq turned out not to be true, and that was weapons of mass destruction, and the Bush administration suffered from that as well. But President Biden ordered all flags to be flown at half staff until Friday. I don't know if we've done that.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Gavin did earlier.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think he's a hero, and people really appreciated his leadership. I think that was his quality.
One of those names you heard, consistently for the things he was doing in his various roles over the years. So, one of those faces you recognize, too, when you'd see him.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, a likable person, even if, you didn't get to meet him in face to face. Just seemed like somebody that was easy to respect and like. So flags at half-mast until through Friday. All right, let's go back to our list of good businesses out there. I cannot believe that it's already the third Thursday of the month coming up.
Yeah, coming right up. We've cruised through October.
Yeah, it's going by quickly. And Rustic and Red and Cozad, well, they're ready for it because on the third Thursdays they have the Sip and Shop. Now this lasts from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. this Thursday. The sipping starts at 4 and goes till 7. There will be discounts throughout the store all day from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. Fall has arrived at Rustic and Red, and they already have their fall florals at 30% off. Also, 30% off women's apparel and 20% off store-wide with some exclusions on Thursday. And you might check out some of those specials, probably are ongoing as well. You can follow them on Facebook at Rustic and Red to stay up to date with their new arrivals and more third Thursday details. Make it a girls' night out or a date night, or just come down and browse while you enjoy a signature cocktail. It's been a very successful promotion they have done for a couple of years now or more at Rustic and Red in Cozad this Thursday, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. They'll have a Sip and Shop going on.
It's a very cool business. They kind of custom built that building the way that they wanted it for that business, and you can tell when you walk in there. It's kind of not really so much you just walking into another store that has some paint on the walls. It's like an experience.
It is.
It's
it really
cool.
is. It's you. First time you walk in, your jaw's going to drop just a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, they just continue to expand. They now have offices in Callaway, Broken Bow, Albion, and Lincoln. They're a full-service agency, including crop, home, auto, farm, ranch, commercial, and life, as well as health. Open enrollment for Medicare is underway, and everyone else, open enrollment opened up on the 15th. So that's coming up, and everyone else it will open up for on November 1st. For the under 65 market, there will be 2 new carrier options for 2022. So hopefully a few more plan options and some competition in pricing, which is always good. And the tax credits are available to a larger range of incomes for 2022 as well. Call Chip and Liana in the Callaway office at 836-2201 or Tim in Broken Bow at 872-6996. That is Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, continuing to expand across Nebraska.
8:54. You know, a lot of times we think about people who have hearing loss as older members of our communities, and that's true. As you get older, the hearing tends to fade a little bit, but it can happen to any age group. And I know that one of the things that happens with youngsters is severe ear infections and so forth, and sometimes that eardrum gets damaged. So, you know, actually a hearing test for little ones going to school is probably as important as the eye doctor test, you know?
Very much so. Got to make sure they can hear in the classroom and things like that. I remember we used to do hearing tests yearly. They would have the van come in. It would go into the little quiet room and do a hearing test. And I think that was through the Lions Club.
I think you're right.
Back east, they had a hearing truck that would come in. But sometimes it doesn't get done as regularly as you need to. And I know Roxanne would be happy to help anyone of any age.
Any age, doesn't matter. She's certified as a hearing instrument specialist, and she has over 30 years of experience, and she's located right here in Broken Bow. And she has some fall pricing in effect right now going into the cooler weather. You can get a free hearing evaluation, also free extended warranties if you have hearing aids from her. Never buy batteries again. They have the rechargeable hearing aids. You just take them out and plug them in and use them again, and you don't have to have the batteries to deal with. They have extended discounts for both the Hearing Fall Special as well as buying local. So there's a couple of different ways you can save money, and you don't need to travel to any other communities such as Lincoln or Omaha or even to Denver, Colorado. She sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow, and you receive that good local service. Now, something that Roxanne probably should shout out a little bit more about is once you have the hearing test, and if you need a hearing aid or aids, and she provides those for you through her services, then follow up and adjustments and all that sort of thing comes with the price of the hearing aids. You don't pay extra afterwards to have anything taken care of, as far as follow up. So call her at 308-384-3852 to make an appointment. She's located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, 4 doors down from the Bow Bootery, and the business name is on the front glass window. We'll be right back with more information and or music.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Someone's a little ahead of themselves. But fall is approaching and cooler nights are upon us. You need to check out Geared for Sports in Broken Bow for the new fall arrivals. Husker gear is hitting the racks in men's and women's sizes, perfect for cheering on your favorite team. And remember, when you need to gear up for the sports you are playing, visit Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4.
All right, a little musical history here, the Zombies. Now, we were talking the other day about Rob Zombie.
Yes, Rob, yeah.
And I went into a store yesterday, and the young lady there said, gosh, I was so disappointed. I thought you were going to play some Rob Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And she started naming off some songs.
Yeah.
And some of the content. And it was quite scary.
Yes.
Some of it's
he
very...
calls himself the king of Halloween or something like that.
Yeah, and he also has some kind of off-colored songs.
Yes.
So...
I mean, his last name's Zombie.
Well, yeah, but is that his real name?
I don't think so.
Well,
that'd be a cool last name.
Well, I don't think I'm going to play him.
Yeah, you probably should. There's a couple of songs that are lighter and you could probably get away with, but most of them, to just choose one and go for it.
Not knowing?
Yeah, not knowing.
Well, I know this one. It's a classic from the Zombies.
Okay.
And a little music history here. Joan and I were talking about it yesterday because of the Rob Zombie conversation with the clerk. The Zombies had some hits, and one of the main members was, last name was Argent of the Zombies, who later had the group Argent.
Argent, okay.
Here's when they were the Zombies.
KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. COVID booster shots for everyone. CBS's Vicki Barker on reports that say it's about to happen.
The FDA is reportedly poised to allow Americans to receive a different booster vaccine than the one they initially got, and it's possible that announcement could come by tomorrow.
The city of Chicago's begun putting police officers on unpaid leave for ignoring an order to report their vaccination status. Union President John Cantazara has encouraged the rank and file not to comply.
Each of us should be able to make a personal choice for our health concerns and not have the government dictate what that looks like to them.
Wall Street Journal says Haitian kidnappers are now demanding $1 million for each of the 17 U.S.-based missionaries who disappeared Saturday, among them 5 children. Michael Capone heads a nonprofit that helps provide aid to Haiti.
According to the police chief of the country, they're outgunned and outnumbered.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
NFL Week 6 wrapped up Monday night from Nashville. With 22 seconds on the clock, the Bills were down by 3 with a 4th and 1 on the Tennessee 3-yard line. Buffalo decided to go for it rather than try a game-tying field goal.
The Bills back at the line of scrimmage. Josh taking his time. 20 seconds on the play clock. Takes his snap, dives forward, and the Titans stop him. They stop him short of the goal line. Titans take over the crowd in a frenzy. Tennessee, with 12 seconds left, has the football.
That was the Bills radio network with the call. Titans held off Buffalo 34-31. Both teams are now 4-2. Tennessee running back Derrick Henry rushed for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win. ALCS Game 3 at Fenway Park. The Red Sox outslugged the Astros 12-3. Boston hit 4 home runs, including a grand slam from Kyle Schwarber. Boston leads the series 2-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures climbing into the mid-70s for today, low sunny to partly cloudy skies. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a shower developing, lows in the upper 30s. Into the day on Wednesday, breezy and cooler, at least some partial sunshine, only expecting a high in the upper 40s. Northwest winds at 15 to 30. For Thursday, back up to 61. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer specializing in pivot maintenance and repair. But did you know they are also licensed electricians that can do all electrical work that is agricultural, commercial, and even residential? Yes, that means new houses and remodels too. Get a free quote within 24 hours and Custer Electric will have you on your way to your new home. You did your pivot maintenance, you made it through service season. Now it's time for grain bin season. Custer Electric and Irrigation sells Conrad American grain bins and will service any and all grain bins you may need worked on this year. New bins, rewires, fans, motors, capacitors, belts, pulleys, and everything in between. Lance and crew will do it all at a price that's fair to you. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your one-stop shop for all electrical, agricultural, and commercial needs. Call today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or go to custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
46 degrees outside here at Broken Bow. Lots of sunshine. Going to be another nice day here in central Nebraska. In fact, pretty much all the way across the state. Just a little time left, Jeremy, for the Adams Land and Cattle 3rd Annual Food for Youth Challenge.
It wraps up on Wednesday, right?
Yes, it does. And so you have time yet to make your donations, whether it be monetary or food goods that you can drop off. Like over 20 businesses have participated this year. And if you still have some food to drop by, they'd love for you to do that the next couple of days. They prefer no glass items because they're going to be tossing it around and loading it and reloading it. But canned items work great. Ravioli, soup, vegetables, fruit, things like that. Boxed foods like macaroni, pasta, cereal, hamburger helper, fruit snacks, and Pop-Tarts and those sorts of things. If you can drop some of those off to participating businesses the next couple of days, they'd appreciate that. And then if you would rather just write out a check, that's easy to do. Make it out to the Custer County Foundation and specify the Food for Youth Fund, and it will be distributed evenly between the schools and programs. So you can do it that way too. But you got a couple days left, today and tomorrow.
Yep, and there's a good amount of businesses that are participating. And if you want to go and find that full list, if you go to local news on sandhillsexpress.com, Gavin and Emily reposted that story recently, so it's kind of more up towards the top, so you can find that list easily. But really, if you kind of go around the area and walk in a couple of businesses here and there, chances are you're not going to have to walk into more than a few businesses before you find one that's taking donations, which is great. It's awesome to see all those different businesses participating, and by having all those businesses participating, even if the public doesn't bring in a ton of donations to those drop-off places, it encourages the employees at those businesses to participate, and that helps out with those donations as well.
It sure does. So a couple days left, and did attend the Custer County Economic Development Board meeting yesterday, and Rick Moss reported they had a successful pie affair out at the barn here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember who won?
No, they didn't talk about that. They just said the attendance was good. They had about 60 folks drop by to either enter or eat pie, raise several $100s, and they were happy with that. So just an update on that. I think there's some things in the works. You always hesitate as a board member about what you talk about afterwards, because that's a meeting within an organization, and so as a person of the media, you got to be careful. But I think that's non-controversial, or I'm not breaking any news stories there, so I think we'll be all right. But that was good. And Rick Moss, by the way, gosh, he and a few others just keep that barn going. The Scenic Byway, which is a national scenic byway now, he gave some of the numbers. Improved from last year, of course, as far as people stopping and using the barn. They, of course, have people sign their names when they're there from all over the country, stop and get information about going on up or going back Highway 2, and maybe getting off Highway 2 and seeing some things that they wouldn't know about otherwise if they didn't stop at the barn. And so they had some improvement there from the COVID year before, people traveling more now. I always thought we should go out there during, really when people are traveling in the summer. I keep talking about it. We should just do it and go out and do a breakfast show from the barn.
That'd be cool.
Or maybe just do several breakfast shows one week out at the barn. Wouldn't be hard to do, and maybe we'd get to meet some people coming through.
Yeah, just do a completely remote one.
Yeah, we might do that let's do it next year.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's see here. Oh, I'm glad I heard you guys talking about this the other day, the cleaning shack. And I heard you talking about laundry and cleaners and that sort of thing. I think it's good that we're talking about it again, because it's still been going on. They took over the master cleaners business and moved it to the cleaning shack out at the quilting shack. And that's where you go to get your dry clean done. And there are some garments that you need to do that. Don't wash them. Get them dry cleaned, right?
Yeah, and I think it's a good reminder, it's something maybe you don't do all the time. Maybe you just have one suit that you wear every now and then. And it's good to know, and they just kind of switched up their drop-off and pickup hours. You got to work ahead a little bit, but it's great to still have that availability for that kind of business here.
Yep, located inside the quilting shack on East Highway 2 here in Broken Bow. As Jeremy mentioned, they're changing their drop-off deadline to Wednesday by 11:30 to have it back by the next Wednesday at 3. So keep that in mind. You can stop in and check out the great selection of material as well at the quilting shack, getting ready for those winter projects, that time of year where we need some things maybe to work on that we wouldn't normally do in the summer months. Some people quilt and sew all year long. Whatever the case may be, they have the materials for you, and they can help you get a quilt quilted with their machinery they have there, get it done by Christmas, for instance. So don't wait till the last minute. Stop in to the quilting shack on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, and don't forget about the cleaning shack where you can get dry cleaning done. Your jackets, your suit coats, those sorts of things that you don't, you got to do it. So they're there for you.
All right, great. Let's talk about drinks. Are you thirsty?
Yeah, I think Christy will bring us in some coffee here in a little bit.
Oh, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I know Christy would love to bring you something to drink.
Yeah. Maybe she'd just bring me an empty cup.
That is very possible.
Just because. October's featured drinks that are happening. You can go and enjoy all of these that I'm about to read to you at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. And right now during October, by the way, you can add pumpkin pie to any drink. So keep that in mind. One option is the Jack-o'-lantern latte with pumpkin pie and caramel. The caramel cider with, of course, caramel and apple cider. The candy corn brev. Is it brev?
Brevet.
Brevet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not familiar,
Well,
obviously.
I only know that because Brent likes to say brevet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that.
I'm sorry, I did.
That candy corn brevet has caramel, toasted marshmallow, and it's made with half and half, so it sounds nice and creamy. And the French cream hot chocolate with French vanilla, hot chocolate, and whipped cream. Prairie Grounds is open Monday to Friday, 7 to 2, and Saturday from 8 until 1. And make sure to keep up with them on Facebook to stay up to date with any changes. This is quiche week, so stop in and enjoy tasty quiche for lunch.
Yes. And I disagree with Rick Beasler.
On?
100% I disagree with him on this one. We don't always agree on anything. Everything, I should say. On some things we do. But he used to say, quiche is not for real men.
I'll be honest,
like it.
I don't really know what quiche is.
Well, go try it. You'll like it.
Maybe I've had it, but it's not ringing a bell for me. But maybe I should go try it.
Well, you're a real man, so go chow on some.
Okay.
It's tasty. And that's one thing that we probably don't highlight enough is all the different tastes, different things that you can taste there besides just the coffee. Plus, as we've mentioned before, and you mentioned they've got the patio out back. Weather couldn't be more beautiful for that.
Yeah, you swing out there today. Looks like it's going to be nice enough. Put on a sweatshirt and jeans and go down there and hang out.
I'm going to play this song after predicting that Christy would bring us a cup of coffee.
Oh, but you're not going to play it because it hasn't happened?
Well, it'll happen. She'll bring it in after I play this song.
Oh, boy. You're going to make her happy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Bible, 866-88-BIBLE.
All right, not to bring you down. That's not our job here on the Breakfast Show. It's to bring you up. So let's approach it this way.
Or are you going to play Don't Bring Me Down now?
No, I like that song, though. Sometimes when you look at what happened in the past, then it makes you feel pretty good about what's happening today. Let's look at it that way.
Okay.
Rather than, doom and gloom. 34 years ago today, it was Black Monday. 34 years ago today. The Dow Jones fell 508 points. It was the largest one-day percentage drop since World War I. Remember, that was like New York stock shock. And the chairman said
what was the cause of it again? Did they narrow it down to any one thing?
Well, the 1980s, I think inflation might have been part of it.
Just kind of pushed.
I don't remember what, it used to be world events would dramatically change the stocks for a longer period of time. Nowadays, there's so much seems like it's going on that they sometimes don't even react, or if they do, it doesn't last as long.
The spread of information is so much quicker these days. I think maybe that has something to do with it. It had to be a pretty major event that everyone heard of for something like that to affect. Now, we all get information so quickly, and something major could happen, and you could read all about it within a couple of hours of it happening, clear across the world, and then it's
something else the next day.
Yeah, over and done with.
Yeah, that's true. So, we're in pretty good shape compared to 1987. And that is the way to look at that. Now, we're going to, before we close the show today, we're going to be giving away the final pair of tickets to Knee Knockers.
Yep, final pair that we have.
And what we've heard is all good about Knee Knockers. People loving it when they get down to Nick Gibbon, Nebraska, and take in an event that's, it's as big as anything nationwide, really.
Yeah, they've got all kinds. They've got a business kind of fueling it. They make animatronic items and different poly. Like if you ever go into a business and you see like the large mascots made out of like formed material and stuff like that. I think of like Pump and Pantry. They have those dogs that are standing there holding like the soda or whatever.
Yeah.
On their website, they made those.
Really?
Yeah, stuff like that, or like the Sinclair dinosaurs. They make things like that. And they just said that this was kind of a natural transition for them to kind of make some creepy things and put it out in the woods and have an attraction. He built it in a few months.
They're pretty creepy.
Yeah, and it just keeps building more and more every year. And a lot of people, this last ticket giveaway we did on Facebook, I just asked people to write below if they've been to Knee Knockers before and what they liked about it. And a lot of people liked it for lots of different reasons. That means it's just friendly for a lot of different age groups.
Well, this year they've added the haunted corn maze, so they keep adding each and every year. Tickets can be purchased online at kneenknockerwoods.com or at the ticket booth, which opens at 4 p.m. on the regular nights of operation. The best way to enjoy Knee Knocker Woods is with the all-access pass. And let's see here, October 17th, that is past, so the next would be the 24th, and Halloween night on October 31st. Grandpa Grimm's Knee Knocker Woods has been rated the top Halloween attraction for 4 years in the state of Nebraska, and they have also built in social distancing with the attraction for this year, so you don't have to worry about that. And let's see here, the 22nd and 23rd will be the busiest nights, they predict. To get the best experience and avoid the big crowds, the best nights to enjoy the experience would be the 29th and 30th. That's what's the suggested left. And go anytime, but that's kind of their suggestion. Challenge yourself at their Screamin' Lickety-Split Accelerated Escape Rooms.
Cool.
Solve the puzzle in less than 5 minutes, and your whole group wins special Knee Knocker Woods merchandise. And the list goes on and on of things like the turkey leg size of a zombie's arm that you can buy.
Lots of great food there, from desserts to waffles and turkey legs.
You can pick up discount coupons at your local pump and pantries, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And they have off-site parking and shuttle overflow. They've got it really well organized down near Gibbon, Nebraska. And before we close the show today, we're going to give somebody out there 2 tickets to go enjoy it. So stay tuned for that.
All right, sounds good. Want to talk about Ansley Lumber and Supply in Ansley. Don't forget about their blow-in insulation machine. Now is a really good time to get those projects done. Maybe you've got the walls up and you've got, you're ready for insulation. You can go with the insulation that you lay in and you cut, and it's got the fiberglass in it and stuff. Or you can just hook up this hose to this machine and just blow it right in there. It's super quiet and easy to use. Comes with a trailer to haul to the site, and it's free with the purchase of insulation. So get ready for the winter months and get nice and insulated. For those of you wanting to add a deck or update your existing deck, talk to them about their options available. You can order just what you need to create the perfect place to relax and host your get-togethers when we get around into the warmer weather again. They have everything from premium lumber to metal for metal buildings, GAF shingles, and Benjamin Moore paint with over 3,500 colors available. If you're thinking about building a home right now, they even offer new home building packages. Give them a call at 935-1815 or stop by Ansley Lumber and Supply, locally owned and operated in downtown Ansley. They've got great hours, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5:30, and from Saturday from 8 until noon. Go and stop by and say hi.
Yeah, say hi to Heidi, Brian, and Tim. They'll take care of you on the main street of Ansley.
If you're looking for a job you'll love with competitive pay, benefits, and a flexible schedule, visit runza.com/jobs to apply. Why choose Runza? From the way we make our food to the way we make you feel. We have a reputation for rewarding our employees and making work fun. If that sounds like your thing, apply today at runza.com/jobs.
Did you know that 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime? And 3 out of 4 women diagnosed have no known risk factors? The key is early detection. With it, breast cancer has a survival rate of nearly 100%. At Melham Medical Center, early detection for everyone is our goal. Made possible by state-of-the-art 3D technology and caring, highly trained staff. Ask your doctor if you're eligible for a screening mammogram at Melham Medical Center today.
Grocery Cart would love to see you sometime soon. They love giving their customers savings. Fresh 93% diet lean ground beef is $4.98 a pound right now, and certified Angus beef eye of round roast or steak is $5.98 a pound. Fresh frozen Best Buy bone-in split chicken breast is $1.48 a pound. Best Choice cream cheese is 3 for $3, and Ore-Ida frozen potatoes like fries or tater tots are 2 for $5. Best Choice shredded cheeses are perfect for a lot of recipes and are 3 for $5. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Peanut butter and jelly, cookies and milk. Some things work best in pairs, like Enlist E3 soybeans from Golden Harvest. Our exclusive varieties have strong agronomics and disease tolerance for your conditions. Get yours from Golden Harvest today for a pairing that performs. This is how we listen. Copyright 2021 Syngenta. The trademarks or service marks displayed or otherwise used herein are the property of a Syngenta Group company. Enlist E3 soybean technology is jointly developed with Dow AgroSciences LLC and MS Technologies LLC. Enlist E3 is a trademark of Dow AgroSciences LLC. All other trademarks are the property of their respective owners.
Medicare open enrollment is so exciting. Hear me out. The people at Nebraska State Health Insurance Assistance Program do these free, unbiased reviews of your Medicare options to see if you qualify for Medicare programs that'll save you money on premiums and prescription expenses. So you know what? Medicare open enrollment is exciting. You get a real-life person who understands it helping you. Call 1-800-234-7119. That's 1-800-234-7119. Medicare open enrollment. See? Told you it was exciting. With Nebraska Ship.
Jeremy Shipe has just grabbed his information sheet. That means he would like to remind you of something.
Oh, I just wanted to remind everyone we've got volleyball tonight to get us into the next few days of exciting sports action. Triangular taking place in Loop City. Gavin will be on the call there. It's Arcadia Loop City, of course. They are the hosts. Also, SEM and Twin Loop are going to be there. First match is set to serve at 5 o'clock, so make sure you tune in for that. And then Husker Volleyball on Wednesday at Iowa. Airtime is 6:30, first serve at 7 o'clock on KBBN 95.3. That takes us right into Thursday, where we have that triple header of football. Friday, busy day as well. 2 busy days back to back, because Thursday we've got 3 football games. Then on Friday, we've got Broken Bow Volleyball in their conference tournament. We'll have all the Broken Bow matches throughout the day on KBBN with their first match at 11 o'clock. State cross country reports will be happening from Kearney. We'll have coverage of Class C and D, boys and girls. And then Broken Bow football to round things out in Friday, also from Minden, as is the Broken Bow Volleyball girls. And then Husker Volleyball on Saturday. No Husker football game this week. They're on a bye. So the Husker Volleyball team will take on Purdue. That's going to be a late game on Saturday night, 8 p.m.
Well, maybe it'll change things up, play a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
although the Husker women are having no trouble at all, contrary to their counterpart, the football team. The Husker women's volleyball team is just kind of everyone's ice to the wound right now.
Well, they had a little dip, had a little trouble there for just a little while. Coach Cook made a couple adjustments, and I think they've won 6 or 7 in a row now. So
yeah, can't underestimate the importance of having Lauren Stivrins back. She is 100% their on-court leader, and it's just great to have her back. And I think they haven't lost since getting into conference play. Kind of had a rough skid there. I think 3 in a row. But their last 3 non-conference games were against top 15 opponents. And when you're trying to figure out your personnel and get that all in tune, it's kind of hard to go against opponents like that when you're trying to figure things out. But Coach Cook and those girls, they're never one to shy away from any kind of competition.
Yeah, never question Mr. Cook.
No,
I think he knows what he's doing and has a way of motivating those young ladies to the best of their abilities. It's amazing. All right, we're going to give you a chance to win 2 tickets to Knee Knocker Woods, and we'll going to open up the phone lines. We're going to take the second caller at 872-2801. Second caller at 872-2801 to win your tickets to go to Knee Knocker Woods near Gibbon, Nebraska. Second caller, 872-2801.
BD would love for you to be a part of their great team. BD offers competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some benefits include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Plus, right now, a new higher sign-on bonus of $1,000, $250 after 30 days, $250 after 6 months, and $500 after 1 year. Apply online at bd.com/careers or attend an open interview on the first or third Wednesday of each month in Broken Bow.
Since its debut in the early 1990s, the pink ribbon has become the international symbol of breast cancer awareness, designed as a way to show solidarity with women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer and to promote awareness of the disease, especially the importance of early detection. Think pink and support the fight against breast cancer.
Brought to you by Bow Family Furniture and Flooring in Broken Bow, with 2 locations to offer you home furnishings, budget furniture, flooring, mattresses, and more.
Farmers know that if you give corn rootworm an inch, they'll take acres. That's why when it comes to defending your corn from these yield robbers, there's no room for compromise. SmartStax technology offers protection that's been proven on over 150 million acres. See why it's the trait farmers trust at traits.bayer.com/smartstacks. Always read and follow IRM, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. Performance may vary.
They say if you listen hard enough, you can hear the corn grow. It's true. When you're out in the field, you understand its challenges and what it needs to thrive. Channel Seedsmen bring insights from the field to our team of Bayer plant breeders. Their knowledge inspires our product development. From your best ground to your most challenging conditions, our products are designed to perform in your fields. Visit channellistens.com to see our latest innovations. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Believer right here on The Breakfast Show. And we had a caller win, and this caller dedicated these tickets to a grandmother and grandson that will be able to go down. So we'll send their names down there, and they can pick up their tickets at will call at Knee Knockers and enjoy getting scared.
There you go. Some people enjoy it.
That's our show for today. Anything else you wanted to add before we close?
I don't think so. Just keep in mind a couple of things. Should mention once that today they are having a community tour for the Broken Bow School bond. No matter what you think your position is on it, we can always all be more informed about the things that we're voting on. And that's kind of what this is in place for. It's taking place at 5 o'clock at the middle school auditorium. It's an opportunity for you to become more informed about the bond. And, of course, watch SandhillsExpress.com for news stories as well. And other public meetings that will take place are coming up October 27th and November 1st as well. I know there's a lot of information involved in this. They've got a great website up that's very informative. And having this community tour right at the middle school auditorium where this construction would be taking place, I'm sure will kind of make this interesting as well. So if you want to check that out, it's at 5 o'clock today at the Broken Bow Middle School auditorium. They would love to have you there to become more informed.
Yeah, very, very much so. And Mr. Toby was at the Economic Development meeting yesterday to talk about the tours and invite people, the business community, to come because, of course, they pay taxes too. And as he mentioned, it's just something that they want to get everybody informed on so they can make the decision that they want to make. So,
which I think is kind of refreshing. There are lots of different ways that bonds can go, and we're all just open to hearing as much information as possible and are allowed to make our own decision. That's kind of the best way to go about it, I think. It's just kind of refreshing.
It is refreshing.
It doesn't tire you out so much.
So, and you don't really ever want to divide communities, and I think they've done a great job of just saying, here it is, this is what we would help our educational process. Make your decision based on what information is out there. So take the tour if you can.
Yep. 5 o'clock today, middle school auditorium.
Talk to everybody tomorrow.